In this video, I'll show you the best way to build the perfect deep desert base and the exact materials you will need for it, as well as some other important tips. With the Coriolis storm wiping the deep desert every week, you will have to spend time transferring the resources you will need in order to fully maximize efficiency. It can be very time consuming figuring out everything you will need for a base, as well as going back and forth if you forget any materials. I'll break it all down for you while showing a perfect weekly base build. Because building in the deep desert costs half the amount of materials, it is something you definitely want to do if you're interested in the endgame of Dune Awakening. The base design itself can be used no matter how far you are into the endgame, but for the placeables used, you will need access to decent amounts of duraluminum, plastanium, spice, and other refined resources such as cobalt paste and silicone blocks. If you're not to that point yet, then just know you will have to downgrade when it comes to some of the higher end placeables, like the large ore and medium spice refinery. There's also an awesome Dune base calculator made by Troubleshoot, where you can select all of the structures you will need as well as what kind of storage you will use to move it all. You then check the deep desert box, and it will tell you the amount of resources you need for everything. It even allows you to share your builds with others. I'll leave a link in the description to the website as well as the perfect base build I use. The large ore refinery itself takes 200 spice and a good amount of plastanium, so if you don't mind using a medium one at the cost of more grinding, then you could leave this one out. When getting ready to build a base in the deep desert, it saves a ton of time having the materials you need week to week ready in a storage container. But when using the building tool, it will automatically pull resources out of your containers that are set to the first output. To make sure you don't accidentally use any of these while repairing or building items at your main base, all you have to do is change the output of the container to anything other than 1. Once you do, anything in that storage container will not automatically be pulled when using your building tool and repairing items, so you can make sure you have the right amount for your deep desert base. I like to use the Assault Doctor for higher storage. If you're using one of the faction structure styles, grab 2000 plastone and 100 scrap metal for the base console. It's best to also max weight on materials for storage crates and generators, as well as fuel for the generators, so your base is protected from the Coriolis storm if it happens while building. After a fresh wipe, you're going to want to make it to the deep desert as soon as you can. Unless you choose to build an A-row for tier 5 gear and resources, you will have to find a new base location every week. If you're focusing on tier 6 or other high-end resources like spice, you want to build further out, somewhere in D or E row. If you can, find a piece of land somewhere in the middle of the map that is close to the border of the PvP zone. Something that is very important is to make sure you don't accidentally build in a PvP zone that is in the PvE section. Other players will break into your base and take everything. I see this happen pretty often because of how weird some of the PvP areas are around crash shipwrecks, as well as the Landsrad control points. Yo, is that your base up there?
Oh shit, nope, yeah, that's my base.
You're I think you're built in the PvP zone, man.
I hope not.
Yeah, I'm looking for a base, and all this whole area is all PvP, so you might want to move your base.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is
There's a sandstorm coming. If you walk a little bit over there, it's a PvP zone.
Oh dang, really? Like we can fight each other right here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh look, it changed. You're right. Oh dude, good looks. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Dang, what the heck?
I've seen a couple of bases built in the PvP zones.
Yeah, what the heck, dude? I swear it wasn't PvP earlier. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, they're kind. It's kind of weird with the control points. Doesn't make sense sometimes.
Damn.
The storm's coming, so I gotta hurry and find a safe spot, man.
Well, fuck. I good luck to you, my friend.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck, Don Spice. Wait, he took down his Penashield. Yo, were you letting me in the base?
Yeah, what's up? I saw you out there.
Sweet, thank you. Better not trap me in here.
You know, we all your spice right now. You're never leaving.
I don't have any spice, man. Yeah, I don't have any on me. Check my inventory real quick. All I have is a large vehicle cell, some welding wire. Yeah, I don't have any spice.
Bro, I'm just trolling. I don't need anything.
My server is very populated and I wasn't able to get on until a few hours after the wipe, so finding an open spot took a little while. But I did manage to find an open area in D3 just south of Ero. Once you've placed down the advanced fief, don't immediately move it. When the fief is first placed, it is in the exact center of the buildable area. You can use this to make sure your base foundations are centered. Just place the corner of the foundation next to the console. It doesn't have to be perfect, but at least close. Then move the console and make a 2x2 area of foundations around the center. Flatland is very rare in the deep desert, so it's best to build up and not deal with any terrain problems and losing space. Building height is limited, so to get around this, build 4 walls high along the outside of the foundations, then place some ceilings. Demolish your fief console, then place a new one in the center of your ceilings. Doing this increases the max height you can build. Move the base console somewhere safe so you don't accidentally demolish it when building. Now build out 3 ceilings in each direction and fill in the corners. And when it comes to the deep desert, there's no shame in building a box. Your buildable area is literally confined to a box and you want to use most of it for efficiency and enough space for whatever vehicles you bring. The assault ornithopter is pretty big, so it's best to take that into account. With that being said, I add rounded ceilings to the corners. It's not a box anymore. Easy. Now build 4 walls high all the way around. Then add ceilings around the inner part of the top wall. You need these for wind turbines and wind traps. The rest gets filled in with the pentashield. If you'd like to, add some doorways, stairs, and hatches for easy access to every part of the base. I built a doorway and some ceilings outside for the wind turbines so they are easily accessible. 110 industrial grade lubricant per turbine lasts for 6 days, 22 hours, so perfect if you were early to building after the wipe. Place down storage containers, then start transferring everything over. While bringing over materials, it's also important to fill your player inventory with any other items you may need, such as extra gear, rockets, compactors, and things such as extra bandages and a spare suspension belt. The rest of the materials are for all the essentials, such as ore and spice refineries, water production, and then a bit more storage and power. Most of the higher end placeables like the medium spice refinery and chemical bench take 350 power alone. The omnidirectional turbine produces 350 power, so perfect synergy in a way. Each of the large wind traps produces 150,000 milliliters of water a day, so 3 of them will give you 450,000 passive water production. You have to make sand filters for them, which you can make in the survival fabricator. Each regular particle filter runs the wind trap for 12 hours. The advanced version, which you can make in the advanced survival fabricator, lasts for 24 hours, but takes some spice and plastinium to make, so up to you. Then for more immediate water, the advanced death still is great. You could cut this out though if you're patient enough to wait for the wind traps, or don't need any extra water. It also takes 350 power, so 1 less wind turbine you would need. 6 large water cisterns hold 600,000 water, which is usually more than enough, but if you would like, you could build some more above. Now this is the perfect base for deep desert, but you can go even further by building each of the advanced fabricators. With structures being half price, it's worth it if you know you will be playing a decent amount. Most of the needed materials for tier 6 can be found in the deep desert, so it saves some time and is pretty convenient. These are the materials to craft all 4 advanced fabricators, as well as 2 more wind turbines to power them. If you find running around vehicles annoying, or them just getting in the way, you can build a separate platform 2 walls up, then a stairway down to the main crafting station. This frees up a ton of space to organize structures differently if you would like to. This is how the final base looks, including all of the advanced fabricators, so very easy to build, but provides enough space so you can freely move around and easily organize and access everything. I've been changing it up the past few weeks, and I really enjoy this base design. You can also save the base to the base replicator tool. I already have the blueprint on it, but if you just equip it to your hotbar, right click, it saves it, and then in the preview, you can rename it. So next week, you can just use this to place down the same base design that you like. Pretty neat tool. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or input, leave a comment. I really appreciate all the support. Take it easy, everyone. Level up, signing out.